Welcome, folks. Welcome back to the Craig Bushon Show live on Be First in Media. Go to BeFirstInMedia.com. Leading the internet revolution, the conservative internet revolution on top of that. And today we're out at the, we'll call it the 2012 Tony Dale campaign fundraiser, and lots of very important people here. As you'll have seen earlier on the program, we had Attorney General Greg Abbott again back on the show. We talked about some very interesting things and getting his opinion from everything from Obamacare and the Obama tax to why he endorsed Tony Dale and why he thinks he'd be such a great contributor to the state legislative body in the great state of Texas and Austin proper. That crazy little place called Austin. But right now, we've been getting even more hyper-local, if you will, and that's what this is all about. Donald Tracy, City Councilman. I got two cards here. So we got City Council, Cedar Park, and then also works with Austin Community College with in the title, or the acronym, SPHR. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
It's good to see you, and what a great event, and tell the folks a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've been serving on the City Council here in Cedar Park for about 2.5 years now, serving with Tony, and it's just been an absolute blessing to be able to do that. We've got a great little city. It's a great place for our families to come and live and to work and play, and we've got a lot of opportunity moving forward as our city continues to grow and we continue to bring more business to the city. So it's a great opportunity there in Cedar Park. And then with Austin Community College, I serve in the capacity of Director of Operations for our Continuing Education Division. And what we're focused on is helping prepare people for the type of work we have in the 21st century. And with over 15,000 students in our Continuing Education Division alone, we're having a pretty significant impact on what's going on here in Central Texas.
Well, I'll tell you, the city of Cedar Park, and really where Tony Dale has cut his teeth on the political front, and let alone learning how to be a warrior by being a warrior, serving for this great country, and also being, a person that's never walked away from the fight. There's a new fight he's involved in now. It's a back home fight, and it's critical. We're at a critical mass right now in our political arena because we have major things going on, right? We have the presidential election, and that tends to overshadow a lot of local events, okay? And state representatives are very, very important to the way that we live our lives. And here in the state of Texas, as we go in the state of Texas, my opinion is, so goes the rest of the country. So we need people like Tony Dale that bring a very deep resume, not bred to be a politician, became one because he wanted to get in the fight to fix what's not working in the state of Texas, and then also have that influence what goes on in Washington, D.C.
That is correct. That's correct. And let me tell you just a little bit about Tony. I've been serving with him for about 2.5 years on the council, and Tony is one of the most tenacious individuals I've ever come across. No matter what the issue is, he's engaged. He educates himself on what's going on with that particular issue, and he is effective in promoting our conservative policy. So this is why I support him. He's a great friend of mine, number one, but number two, he has been extremely effective in promoting the kinds of policies that help us to build the kind of quality of life that we want to see in our city. In the state legislature, he'll do the same. At the state legislative level, they really set a framework within which those of us who administer cities operate. And we need to have a state government that stays out of the way of small business. We need to have a state government that doesn't think that individuals' wallets are theirs to play with. And Tony Dale, he's a man that's going to ensure that the state stays out of our way so that we can unleash what's going on in our community and the individuals who are doing a great job in our community and create more prosperity for all of us.
Well, a lot of people are really paying attention to how people are governing, and here in the state of Texas, to such an extreme. You said the word conservative, right? And we say within Be First in Media, leading the conservative internet revolution, which is kind of an oxymoron, because conservatives rarely do much right when it comes to the web. And I've done many conversations on that.
Yeah,
but
right.
It doesn't have to be that way, and that's why we're doing what we're doing.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is, if we look at the biggest race going on in local state politics, would be the Ted Cruz lieutenant governor.
Sure.
And what happened there was a true paradigm shift in local state politics, because you really had somebody that, for all, in the lieutenant governor, who should have won. But instead, this Tea Party wave, if you will, even a lot of conservatives, a lot of Republicans, voted in somebody who said, who was doing and talking about just what you said about Tony Dale. Wanting to go in, wanting to fix what's broke. This damn it, I'm not going to take it anymore. We don't need to be this inept at governing. And I think that's ringing very, very positive in the voters' ears.
I think it's about connection. In Ted Cruz's case, he listened to the voters. He listened to the people who, he dared to suggest that he represent.
That's right.
And I think that's what got him over the top, was people understood that he was actually listening. I don't think the other side in that race was listening. Tony does that too. At the local level, he is consistently going around and talking to as many people as he can around all sides of an issue, so that he understands what's going on, he understands what the folks want him to do, and then he goes after it. And he is tenacious, he is dogmatic, and he gets it done for us.
Absolutely, and he's very approachable.
Yep.
I would agree with you. One of the biggest things that happened in the Ted Cruz race was that the lieutenant governor never feels approachable. And people in modern day politics, in this day and age, with all the things that are going on that are serious in this country, let alone the state of Texas, all the way down to Cedar Park, we need leaders who are approachable, that will shake people's hands, that will get out in the public. I mean, Mr. Greg Abbott.
Sure.
He's here.
He's here.
He's down here with the people.
Sure.
It's so important for our leaders, and down at the city council. I don't care if you're the dog catcher. You should at least knock on someone's door politely, right?
That's right.
But I think that's what people are looking for now.
Right.
Someone that they can have a real conversation with.
I think for a long time, those who have gotten into political power have assumed that gives them the authority to go off and just do as they please. Tony is very focused on connecting with people. He is very approachable. He's a great family man, and I think he starts with the premise that he's one of us. I mean, he puts his pants on the same way we do every morning, and so you start with that, and being really understanding that the smallest and best form of government is the family. His focus on his family, his focus on his daughters. Both of his daughters are just absolute wonderful kids. And then the support of his wife Mary in this race has just been, it's absolutely been a blessing to watch all of that come together. So he starts with that, and I think that's extremely important. He's not distant from any of us. He's right there.
Well, again, folks, we're out at the Tony Dale. He's a Republican running for state representative. He does have someone running against him. We'll talk a little bit about Matt Stillwell probably when we are going to have Tony Dale on. But the reality is that this is an important time for you to pay attention, for you to understand that there is a fight still at hand. And if we don't stay engaged and we don't realize that all races matter, and it's very important to pay attention to each one of them, because eventually you're going to inherit what their decisions are. So people like Tony Dale are the ones that, in my opinion, and I've known Tony for a little while, and I've seen him outside of the political arena, and I know you've even deeper than I.
Sure.
He's a real person.
He is.
He's a real guy.
He is.
He's a real family man.
He is.
He's a real veteran, and he really cares.
He does.
That's a lot of reallys.
It's a lot of reallys, but it's really Tony Dale.
Absolutely. Well, I want to thank you so much. And again, it's Donald Tracy. He's a city councilman, okay? And we want to thank you for your service that you do there.
Sure.
I know it's not always easy.
It's not, but it's a blessing to be able to do it for whatever period that I'm allowed to do it.
Absolutely, very good. And he's also Austin Community College, the SPHR, and you'll have to Google that one. But thank you so much for coming on.
Sure, thank you very much.
Great to see you.
Great to see you too.
Well, there you have it, folks. We're going to have more interviews coming live on BeFirstInMedia.com, and we'll have these archived. You can find them on our Facebook, you can find them on our YouTube channel, and we'll have certain videos posted right up on our video log at BeFirstInMedia.com. Again, I'm Craig Bushon. We'll be back with more interviews for some local politicians that, hey, you know what, maybe you need to hear something from them. We'll be back.